Good morning. How are you? Did you have a good week? Good. I'm glad. I have a good story for you today. You're going to like it. You would like it even more if you were in class, but we will see you soon. Mom and Dad will bring you soon, okay? So, do you remember who we've been talking about? Good job. Moses and Pharaoh. And Moses is supposed to go and talk to Pharaoh and say what? Let my people go. Good job. But Pharaoh is not very obedient to God, is he? What does he say? No. No. He always says no, that Pharaoh. But God gives us power, doesn't he? He gives us a great power. When we have God in our hearts, we can do great things when we obey and follow God. And because Moses was willing to do that, he was able to turn his staff into a snake. Yes. And he did what to the water? Remember? Aaron put Moses' staff and he waved it over the water. And it turned to blood. That's right. Gross. Did Pharaoh let the people go? No. Next, remember what happened? When Moses put the rod into the water, what came out? Remember? Yep. Frogs. And then they took dust and they threw it up to the sky, and they had lice and they had flies. Ugh. And then there was fire and hail. And then there was sickness and all of the animals died. Did Pharaoh let the people go? Nope, that Pharaoh's a stubborn one. And then next, Moses took the ashes from the furnace and he threw them up in the air, and everybody got owies, remember? They got owies all over. And then next, remember? Locusts came. The locusts came, and there were locusts on everything. Grasshoppers everywhere. That's so disgusting. Oh my goodness, that's so disgusting. And then, do you think Pharaoh's going to let the people go? Now that we have locusts everywhere? Let's see what the Bible says. Let's see. The Bible says in chapter 10 of Exodus, verse 14, and the locusts went up all over the land of Egypt, and they rested on the coasts, and there was very grievous because there were so many of them. There were no such locusts as they had ever seen them before, for they covered the whole face of the land, and the land was darkened so that they did eat all the plants and the trees and all of the fruit. Anything that the hail had left, the grasshoppers ate it all. Then Pharaoh called for Moses. Do you think he's going to change his mind? Pharaoh called for Moses and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, forgive my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God that he may take away from me this death of grasshoppers. I guess Pharaoh didn't like grasshoppers. He didn't mind the frogs so much, but he didn't like the grasshoppers. And Moses went out from Pharaoh, and he asked the Lord to remove the grasshoppers. And the Lord turned a mighty strong wind from the west. A mighty strong west wind came in and blew away all the grasshoppers. They flew away. All the grasshoppers flew away. I lost my place. Hold on. The wind turned to my page. And then all the locusts were gone. There was not one single locust left. And the Lord said to Moses, But the Lord said to Moses, Pharaoh's hardened his heart again. He did not let the people go. That Pharaoh, didn't he learn his lesson about lying before? We are not supposed to lie, boys and girls, are we? No, we are not supposed to be lying. So the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out your hand toward the heavens. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards the heavens, and then all of a sudden, there was a thick darkness all over the land, which could be felt. It was so dark it could be felt. And it was there for 1, 2, 3 days. It was so dark they couldn't see one another. Can you see me? I can't see you. And Pharaoh called unto Moses. But Moses didn't come for 3 days. But you know what? The people in Israel, God's people, had light. And they could see. I bet they could see even better than this. I bet they could see a lot. Probably, let's see. They could see a lot better, yeah. But everywhere for the Egyptians was dark. They couldn't see. I hope they weren't afraid of the dark. And then Pharaoh called for Moses again and said, Go! Go serve the Lord. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones go with you. And Moses said, No. You must also give us sacrifices and burnt offerings, which we must sacrifice unto the Lord. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not be a hoof left behind. For thereof we must take and serve the Lord our God, and we know not what we will need until we get there. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let the people go. And Pharaoh said to Moses, Get away from me. Get yourself and all your things and see my face no more. For in that day that you see my face, you will die. And Moses said, You've spoken well. I won't see your face anymore. What do you think is going to happen next? Is Moses going to get to leave with all of his people? Is Pharaoh going to let them go? I hope so. He has been very disobedient. Remember, boys and girls, we have to listen to the Lord our God. We have to listen to our moms and our dads, and we have to listen to our teachers and our preachers that tell us about God. It's very important that you learn about God and obey Him so you don't get in trouble like Pharaoh. Pharaoh's about to get into some really bad trouble, and we don't want to see that, do we? No. Okay, well, hopefully I will see you soon. If not in church, we will see you next week, and we'll find out what happens when Pharaoh gets tired of the darkness. We'll find out, won't we? I love you. We'll see you soon. Make sure you follow the safety rules.